Hi everyone, before we start, sadly something was going on with Dennis's mic, but you can still hear him in the background. I'm really sorry about this, but hopefully you'll enjoy. Hey guys, welcome to Inside Out, the podcast where we attempt to get what's in your head out. Hello everyone, welcome to this episode of Inside Out with Murtred and my friend Aidan.
Hello guys.
How are you doing, Aidan?
I'm good, Mort. How are you doing?
I'm doing grand, how are you?
I'm good, only I do believe we have Dennis back today. I mean, come on. Of all the guests out there who are dying to get on this show.
I couldn't
Hi, Dennis.
I couldn't find anyone except him. He's the low budget person.
Yeah, but you know what? It's good to have Dennis back. Those of you who are avid regular listeners, and I know you're out there, all two of you, you will know that Dennis was with us before, talking all things movies. So today he's going to join us on what we like to call our serious topic.
Yeah, serious topic.
Yeah, that we don't get too serious about.
No.
And then what's our interview topic then later with Dennis?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians
review.
of the Galaxy review part 1, 2,
volume,
3.
Volume 3.
Volume 3, okay. So what's our serious topic this week, Mort?
It's about the change of technology.
Okay,
So,
over time.
Yeah, over time. And
Well, I feel, because I am the oldest in the room by a year or two, I feel that I am definitely more qualified to talk about that subject than either of you two guys.
Well, I've been without internet for like...
No, shock horror! No internet! My God, how do you survive?
I got internet last year.
Right.
And it was like in December I got the internet.
In your home, you mean?
Yeah.
Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
I never had like Wi-Fi or that at home.
Wow, are you okay, man? Did you
I'm
survive?
fine. I had the horror.
Well, I presume you have Wi-Fi in your home, have you?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, well, here's one for you guys. I still don't have Wi-Fi in my home and probably will never have Wi-Fi in my home.
Loser.
Yeah, you can say that if you like. I've discovered I don't need it. That if I need to go on my laptop, I can bounce off the hotspot in the phone. But also I've discovered because I don't have Wi-Fi in the home, my kids are just out playing hurling and doing things. They're not stuck on computers, basically. Now, okay, the phones have changed that a little bit, but they do enjoy the whole outdoor thing, which is wonderful of kids of 14 and 11. I'm talking about my two youngest. To be like that, you can live without Wi-Fi in your home. Although the modern, young guy like you at 18 would probably, I'd say you couldn't even imagine it now.
No, I lived with hotspot. I lived with like hotspot.
Yeah.
So that was fine.
But if I said to you tomorrow, listen, no more Wi-Fi.
I would go mental.
Well, there you go.
I would.
That just proves
I would,
my
yeah,
point then.
I wouldn't be able for that.
Okay, Mort, do you mind if I ask you,
Go ahead.
changes you've seen in technology?
Probably social media. Like a lot of because back then you would have to ring your friend up and ask them would you like to come out and play with me and
Yeah.
that and and now you can just like text them or like call them from your phone. You can FaceTime them.
Yeah. WhatsApp is really taken over. Dennis, what about yourself? It's interesting actually now, but just to let the listeners know. So Mort is 18, Dennis is 30, and I'm 52. So that's 31, and I'm 52. So that's a lovely kind of a...
You're a boomer.
Isn't it? It's a nice step. So we should have three interesting...
I'm the Gen Z.
Yeah, Gen Z. Like, I'm when mobiles are around and you were around when the telephone was introduced.
Yeah.
I actually invented a telephone.
No, and you know, like the way like the photos used to be like different as well. We had to stand still, and you have to like take the picture for like a few minutes. That was his days.
Do you know the ones in the cowboy movies with the big thing went...
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That was my first camera. Killer to carry around on holidays.
Must have been a great time.
I remember when I was 13, 14, the flip phones were starting to get really popular, and having a camera on your phone was huge. Because before it was just the block phones, and then you literally have to have a physical camera with you, whereas this was just the...
Ever had a BlackBerry?
I didn't know, but I had a few friends who did. I think I just had a Samsung. So
Nice
it
phones.
wasn't a flip. It wasn't a lid flip. It was just like you'd flip. It looked like a kind of a touch screen now, but you'd flip it up, and then the keypad would be underneath.
Yeah.
But now it's just all touch screen.
I remember my first wind-up phone. No, I remember
phone?
But I mean, we had a thing in our house. I presume you did as well. A house phone.
Yeah.
Nobody has house phones anymore.
I had landlines.
Yeah. Nobody has them anymore.
No.
But I remember my first in 1992. I started working with a Dublin company, and I got a company car and a company phone. But the company phone back then was tied to the car. With a cord. It was a mobile phone.
Would have been considered fancy, wouldn't it?
Oh, back then, I mean, I was the only guy in Kilkenny with a mobile phone. And I remember then when I could take the phone from the car. I remember bringing it to a nightclub, right? And I was hot cheese. I was beating him off with a stick. I mean, I was the guy.
You were showing off pretty much, weren't
but the phone I had, that mobile phone in the nightclub, was as big as that laptop. I was carrying this yoke around.
I could have just imagined seeing Hayden walking in now with a big phone. Well,
but computers, I remember we had a Commodore 64. I don't know if any of you remember them.
I don't know.
Big, awkward looking computer, and the only game on it was Pac-Man. The original Pac-Man and stuff like that. And then Centipede came on it, the game Centipede, and different
Remember those Windows?
Windows, yeah.
Where they had to when you had to try and start them up, it goes like that all the time.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember
Snake really.
Snake used to be well known.
Mobile gaming, that was probably the last big game before you started having your actual game stores on your phone and apps. Like Snake, everyone had on their
actually.
3510 eyes.
What's quite interesting, sorry Dennis, but the way you're saying that, you have to remind me. GameStop, do you know that shop?
Yeah,
it's closing in Kilkenny.
Yeah, it's closing everywhere.
It's closing everywhere.
Yeah.
That's a sign of the times.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, I remember back in the day, video shops. You go in, you rent a movie. Gone now. Thing of the past.
Like you can
streaming,
like nowadays you can just download the games and start
You
playing.
can download everything, the music, the movies, everything. It's sad in a way, I mean, because it's mad. I remember on a Saturday evening going in to get a movie, and it was a big deal.
Yeah.
Whose turn was it to pick the movie, and was it Betamax or VHS, and it was nearly a trip, a night out to pick the movie. You know what I mean?
I remember the Extravision.
Extravision, yeah.
Extravision was a great place.
Yeah, they were huge, and them days are gone. It's mad really when you think about it. Technology has been wonderful in one way, the advances, but there are obviously is negatives too.
Too many choices.
Not only that, the whole just so readily available to young kids. Sorry, did I say something? Sorry.
Oh.
Have I amused you guys?
You just have to bleep that out.
Why? Can we not talk about something that's real? I give up.
Oh well.
I give up. No, I will not be censored. I will not be censored.
You will be. I have to
Right, drive on. Next subject.
What was the first bit of tech you owned? Was it phone, computer?
It was the phones that you. It's a Nokia phone.
Yeah.
It goes up.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. I used to play there was Pac-Man on it.
Yeah.
And then there was this other one where this superhero is trying to save a princess. I don't know. It was like Super Mario, but it was much more different, and it had Snake.
Yeah.
And Tetris. Tetris was a good game to play.
And when did you have your first phone?
Like that?
Your very first phone.
13.
That's an acceptable age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you felt ready to have the phone by that age.
And
how had you been communicating before the phone?
Shouting.
I'd be just talking to everyone. I would actually be going outside. I wouldn't do anything. I was just outside for the whole time.
Yeah, what I see now is I look in my text message folder and there's text there from a year or 2 years ago, whereas now all the way we communicate is through Facebook chat, WhatsApp, Snapchat. We don't just text anyone anymore. We use Wi-Fi and mobile data to, and the great thing about those apps is you can see that they're seen. Whereas a text message, yes, you can get a delivery report, but you know with the ticks on WhatsApp and Snapchat,
it shows you who's seen it and that. Yeah. And this is
you can really get an understanding of who doesn't want to talk to you.
you on MySpace.
Who's space?
MySpace.
Your space.
Or like or like where you message people.
That was before Facebook. Wasn't
yeah.
What do you mean your space?
MySpace. No.
What do you mean your space?
It's called MySpace.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What are you talking about? Your space?
It's not MySpace.
No, it's not your space.
So it's forget about it. This is the Windows one that we used to always know. Or
did I tell him to leave that phone? No, but do you know what's really, really now? This is there's a huge sadness when you see, and we see it all the time. 3-4 kids sitting around a coffee table having coffee, not one of them talking, all buried in their phones. That drives me to distraction, and I think it's a real near sadness in society that this is going. But we're not going to change it. That's the way it is. But
it isn't.
No, but even take it at an older level. Say in the pubs, like the art of conversation is nearly gone.
Yeah.
In some of the pubs, because guys are just looking. I mean, if I meet somebody for a drink or whatever, and their head are in their phone, I tell them, listen, put that away. We arrange to meet, have an old chat in a bit of a gallery, pool or whatever. Put that bloody thing away.
I totally agree with you, because it's not preparing them for later on in life, where they walk into a workplace and they might be working with customers, maybe working with colleagues, they might be working for employers, and they need to be able to communicate.
Absolutely.
You know, that's why here we run a few programs that focus on your communication, your listening. It's not, and we also do programs here where we focus on literacy, and you're not relying on text language. You're having to write it out properly, and it's good for your literacy skills as well, rather than just going see you then. It's like SEEYOU then.
Actually, today we were in my course. Yeah. We were doing communications and stuff for social media.
Good.
Like social networking, social media stuff, and everything like that. We had to learn about different types of things that we did. LinkedIn. That's a place where you'd go in and get a job from it. Put a CV in it.
Yeah.
I'm linked up to LinkedIn. I don't use it, I won't lie.
Yeah.
I got involved in it some years ago, but I don't really use it anymore.
If you upload to your profile there, and if you're just putting text language on that, employers aren't going to bother with you.
Yeah.
They're going to be relying on you having full language and coherence.
Yeah. I just feel like that it has changed over a lot of years.
Oh, and there's more changes ahead.
Yeah.
And it's kind
AI is very different.
Hey, mate. Hey,
Jesus Christ.
Artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence.
I thought it was artificial insemination. Oi!
But hey! Or what? Hey, what? You come like Danny Dyer or something.
I remember some years ago I was in Warsaw. It's just pre-COVID, so maybe, 6-7 years ago. And I remember going down.
You saw a war, did you?
I was in Warsaw.
Oh, Warsaw.
Keep up. And I went down into the subway, and here was this AI robot.
Didn't even get it.
Here was this AI. Here, forget it.
Yeah, Star Wars, right?
So that's been fun. I love being in a room where nobody listens to me.
No, we do listen to you. We just messing around with you.
What you can do now? Don't prod the beast.
Yeah, go on.
He may say something that needs to be edited out.
We need to edit something out.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It was an amazing robot I saw, and I'm not going to tell you about it now.
Go on.
No, you're lost.
Go on.
No. Have fun in your space.
No, it's fucking.
So
yeah, we're gonna end it there with us with this merch corner. So the next part we're gonna be talking about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this.
See you then.
Baby, welcome back to this podcast, baby. What's up, everyone?
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the second half of this podcast. So we have Dennis here, and you're probably wondering why we came in like that. It's because we're going to start talking about Guardians of the Galaxy Part 3.
Volume 3, yes.
Volume 3, oh, sorry. Okay, Martin, take it away.
Okay, so how are you, Dennis?
Good.
Okay, good. Any opinions on the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3?
Yeah.
That's a very open question. Could you be more specific?
Yes, I do.
And that's it. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Good
I'll see you later. Bye.
Can I throw in my tuppence worth before you two get into it? Because I haven't seen the movie. Yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy 1, fantastic movie, great soundtrack, loved it.
That's why we
Guardians of the Galaxy 2, yeah, grand. No, it was really
How
good as
dare
well.
you.
But Part 3 I haven't seen, so take it away, lads. Inform me. Go.
Well, Volume 3 for me was brilliant. Right. I loved it so much. The plot was great. The plot for the whole people for the Guardians, they had a good story for themselves. They had great storyline and that. Even for Rocket Raccoon, he was good. That plot for him was good, and the actor that played the High Evolutionary, is it? Mm-hmm. He's great. Loved the way he acted in it. Mm-hmm. I can't. And James Gunn, great director. The camera work of it is great. Like the way the camera is and all stuff like that. And
I'm so glad we got Dennis in to talk about this movie because his insight is brilliant here. Carry on.
Thanks for interrupting me.
Well, yeah, the Guardian Agents. I watched the first one, and the second one was okay.
Yeah. And actually, I was the only one in the screen watching it, so it was just me.
You were in the screen?
No, Were
you the raccoon?
I was at the screen, like none of it, like the
in the cinema.
The
cinema is the word.
Yeah, I was at the cinema.
You go to a 3D screen and it felt a bit too much.
You were the only one in the cinema.
Yeah, I was on the only one in that for that screen. That was on a Friday at 12.
That's weird, is it not?
Everyone be in school, like all the students be at like.
So you had the whole cinema to yourself.
Yeah, the whole class.
Yeah, it came out on Wednesday.
I'd love that.
Yeah, it was great because.
You got it at the perfect time. Sorry, go ahead.
It was great because there's no one talk. I hate when people just
talk.
That
drives me crazy.
And also, people bringing their kids in.
How dare they bringing in their children to the cinema? What an awful thing to do.
I watched the movie, right, for 16s, and this mother. Do you know the new Matrix?
Resurrections.
Yeah, 15. It's 15.
Okay.
A mother brought her little baby in to watch the movie.
I don't know what to say to that.
She brought the little kid in for the Matrix. It was like a 15s one.
Well, the onus there is on the people in the cinema who let her in. I mean, you know.
Yeah. And
anyway, can we get back to why we're here?
Yeah. So, what did you think about it?
I thought it was a great movie. I know we talked here a few weeks ago about movies we were anticipating, and that was number one that we both agreed with.
Yeah.
And it exceeded my expectations, to be honest with you, because I think it's the best Marvel movie since Endgame.
Okay.
It's proof of James Gunn, as you say, a master at work.
Yeah.
He loved the characters, and the fact that he's leaving Marvel to go to DC gave him the freedom to go, I'm just going to make what I want to make. I'm not going to listen to big head studios telling me what to do, like it happened with other movies. You mentioned there about Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah.
That's the passion project of James Gunn since the first one.
Yeah.
He was tempted to do a spin-off of Rocket and Groot, but he said he would make it in the story, and I thought it was 2.5 hours.
I am Groot.
and all,
somebody had to do it.
Vin Diesel actually had to take like 1,000 takes for that, just to say I am Groot.
Vin Diesel does.
Yeah, Vin Diesel does Groot.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And Bradley Cooper does Raccoon. Rocket.
Right. Okay.
Rocket Raccoon.
Okay. News to me.
You know Sean Gunn.
Yeah.
His brother,
Yeah, he
what's his name?
Is he a brother of
Crow.
Firing?
Brother who?
Firing.
Not again. Great. Okay, never mind.
Or the sister Smoking.
For God's sake. We had to. Why do we?
A lovely family.
Why do you have him for this?
What a lovely
That's your decision, not mine.
Not.
I'll never forget their father, Machine.
God's sake.
Ah, the good old Gun family. Lovely people.
Oh God.
Who's
Carry
your
on.
favourite character in the movie?
I can't think of anything. I like. If I say Star Lord,
Yeah.
right? That means like, oh, he just knows that person in it. Like he just knows his name.
Yeah.
But I think Star Lord.
Who's your favourite?
Yeah. I'll tell you now. Star Lord, Rocket, then Gamora, then Drax.
Yeah, I thought Drax was fairly underwhelming in the movie.
Yeah.
I really liked Nebula.
She done good.
I thought she had a very active role in the movie, and she's had a great story arc. And Karen Gillan's a fantastic actress.
Is that the green one?
And by the way,
The blue one.
it's the one that's the robot.
Oh, I can't remember. I remember the green girl. It was a green girl.
There's two people that knows Marvel, and then there's one person that
And then there's me.
never know. You know what? You know the way like Nebula did care about Rocket because they did live with one another for 5 years during the blimp.
Do you know what?
The blip.
I may as well be sitting listening to a bag of taters here.
No, it's the blimp, right?
The blip.
The blip, yeah.
Blimp.
I mean the blip.
So what you're telling me is this girl, what's her name? Nebula. Is she human?
No, she's a robot. I just said.
Or
I just said she's a
and
robot.
she had a relationship with a raccoon.
No,
You said she lived with
no.
Rocket.
During the blip.
He doesn't know what.
The blip.
You ever seen the Avengers? The one with
Yeah, do you know what? No, you can't.
Hammer guy. Okay, yeah.
Okay, review the movie. Come on.
Okay, no.
Would you encourage people to go watch it?
I would encourage people to watch it.
Why is that?
Great. There's great scenes in it. There's an emotional roller coaster. You get happy. Emotional roller coaster. Get happy. That's what I'm
It's
thinking.
up and down.
Yeah.
And
And the music in it is perfect. Just like the
Can
rest.
I jump in? Go on. What's the soundtrack? Because this is the soundtrack made the first movie.
We like
it really leaned on the soundtrack.
Give me a song or two that's in it.
there's one at the end, but I can't.
Go on, sing it again, Martin.
No, I don't know.
Go on, give us a laugh. Go on.
Run fast for your mother.
Fast for your father.
The dark days or the
Dark
dark days?
days.
The Dog Days. Yeah,
Dog
that's
days, isn't it?
Dog Days. Oh, Florence and the Machine.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that's
the
in it.
last song.
Yeah, that's the last song in it.
But the music links perfectly with what's going on screen.
Yeah, as it did in part one, I think, really.
Yeah, I think that's why part one was so popular. You know,
Yeah, I gotta see this movie.
Those songs boomed after releasing the movie, which was
I started listening to them all.
Yeah, I love two of them now from a jazz.
It's funny, you know, the big song from Come and Get Your Love. Right, Redbone, the band, right? Never heard him until that. Now my son introduced me to Redbone because he heard it in the movie and so on. You know, it's amazing. Like what?
Hooked on a Feeling is another one.
Yeah.
What was that one again?
Hooked on a Feeling.
Oh yeah.
Don't encourage me.
No.
Um,
So, if anyone hasn't seen the movie yet, there's spoilers. There's spoilers coming.
Go on, I don't mind.
So yeah, do you have anything to talk about?
I think Rocket's backstory was really deep and in depth when he met the three other animals and they were being tortured and
What?
Rocket met three new friends that he nearly made family
Yeah.
and they were trying to escape and sadly. I think we could predict it was
don't spoil it.
But it just makes you look back on Rocket.
I did get a little bit emotional with that.
Okay.
Like I did. You would feel
It's
emotional.
a raccoon. I know you would listen.
How dare you just say it's a raccoon?
No, I know the words worse. I'd be crying my eyes out. I'm an idiot at movies.
First F-bomb.
Yeah.
In it. There's a first F-bomb in the movie.
Like the F word.
Yeah, the F word.
You wouldn't get them on our podcast.
No, you wouldn't.
Thanks to editing.
Yes. So yeah,
What do you think of the ending?
What the post credits or?
Do you expect any of them to die?
Who died? What
Yeah,
are you saying?
Who do you think was going to?
Peter.
Yeah.
Because that part of the trailer where they're like lifting them up.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be at the end.
Yeah.
Adam Warlock was great in it.
I thought he was good.
Yeah.
Probably he was only in it for 10 minutes.
Not more than 10 minutes.
No, I think I read that his screen time was 10 minutes.
Oh, he read it somewhere. He's such a nerd. Screen time. Who reads that? Like.
Thank you, Aidan.
I would read screen time just to see how long the movie is.
We are reviewing a Marvel movie. At
Yeah.
the end of the day.
Yeah, and at the very end with Peter Quill, is
His grandfather.
no, not that. No, the part where he's in the space. Yeah, I thought he might. Yeah, but we got Adam Warlock done the God thing.
Can I just ask something there, because you said at the end, did the ending leave it open to a possible part 4?
No,
It did, yeah.
Did it?
there won't be a part 4 though.
No, hang on now. You both, one said yes, one said no. Which is it, lads? Why? Okay, why do you say yes?
Well, none of the characters died.
Well, that's the obvious answer. Why do you say no?
The characters part ways.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, couldn't they meet?
Hugh Jackman died in Logan, and he's going back for Deadpool 3.
Yeah, but James Gunn's not going to be directing the movie anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, I tend to, not that I've seen it, so do forgive me, but I do tend to agree with it. Like, if none of the characters died, what's to say they can't meet up again someday, you know?
I think Star-Lord will appear in
They will have Star-Lord again, because
like spin-offs.
it says the legendary Star-Lord will return.
Right, so they'll have spin-offs of the movie, like.
Yeah.
Did you like the action in the movie?
Yeah, there's a part
So
where
it
they're
could
like.
be Guardians of the Shopping Mall,
I was
maybe.
talking.
Sorry, you
if
weren't.
if you mind.
I'm just thinking out loud here.
Damn it.
That'd be some spin-off. Guardians of the Shopping Mall. Sorry.
Paul Blart,
Peter Quill's.
Have you seen Paul Blart?
Yeah, I've seen Paul Blart.
Yeah, there's your crossover, Paul Blart and Star-Lord.
Or in his case, Paul Blimp.
I was the fighting scene at the end was good with the music. They're like the slow motion
In the
at the end.
in the room.
Yeah.
Just after Rocket.
Not the way
back.
the cameras are like all
Yeah,
changing.
yeah, yeah.
That was
That was great.
I was getting excited with that. I don't know why, but like loved
Well,
the action
because,
off of it.
because the film makes you want Rocket to survive and
Yeah.
work with his team. Then when you get that payoff, it's
Yeah.
the emotional journey we're talking about.
Yeah.
No, it's
Just sorry, Des, just listening to the two of you. Yeah, I know, I love doing that. I love wrecking your heads. No, but just listen.
And you told me that you don't like me interrupting you.
So just listening to the two of you.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, go on.
I actually want to see the movie. Honestly, you've stirred my interest in it. So that in itself lends me to believe this was a success.
we succeeded. I'm proud of you. So yeah, that's it for this episode. I'd like to thank you, Dennis, for coming.
Thanks.
And thank you for coming as well.
I own you.
Well,
What are you thanking him for?
Yeah, can I just extend my thanks to Dennis again for coming in, and Mortred, as always. It's always
my first intro.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to share the podcast couch with you.
Thank you.
So it's bye from me.
And it's goodbye from me.
Bye, everyone.
Listen, just so he's not going to steal the limelight, it's for me too.
Okay guys, Martin here signing off for today. Love your company, do join me again. And let what's in there out.